So, good evening, everybody. I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. We're going to talk about Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger is doing the rounds at the moment that Arsenal want him back to boost morale at the club. Bring back Arsene Wenger. Be careful what you wish for and all that. So yeah, I don't know whether this story is complete rubbish, but it wouldn't surprise me one little bit if Arsenal did want to bring him back. But yeah, I'm going to read out the article that I've seen. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Here we go. Let's read this out. Arsenal are keen to welcome Arsene Wenger back, according to the latest reports. Then waffles on about what he did at Arsenal. The board think Arsene Wenger's return. Think Arsene Wenger's return would serve as a boost to the fans and increase the support for Mikel Arteta. Senior figures at the club have already spoken to Wenger about the prospect of a return, and there have been discussions about a statue in his honour. Wenger endorsed Arteta's appointment. Of course he did. But refused to comment too much on Arsenal's head coach and the sacking of Unai Emery. Look, I'm an Arsenal supporter. I said that in my last speech. That was Wenger back in December. When Arteta will be in charge, I will support Arteta. For the rest, of course, Arsenal is going through a difficult period, so it is better I don't comment too much. I suffer like every other Arsenal fan, was what he said in a speech back in December. Can't remember where he was doing that speech, but he did a speech back in December. But I don't know whether this is true or not. I genuinely don't know. But the one thing I do know is I wouldn't put it past Arsenal doing this. I genuinely wouldn't. Obviously, the statue thing, I think that's a given. I think that happened. And probably rightly so as well. Listen, there's other people outside that stadium that have got statues. He was a good manager once upon a time. And yeah, I suppose there's reasons to have a statue, isn't there? He's gone invincible. He's won the most FA Cups as a manager. And I wouldn't be upset if there was a statue of Arsene Wenger, regardless of whether I wanted him out. Obviously, I wouldn't be taking a selfie in front of it, but if they want to do a statue of Wenger, do a statue of Wenger. If they want him to return back to the club, hell no. No way do I want him back at the club. I think that, listen, I'm going to try and do this in the nicest possible way rather than just absolutely crucifying him. But listen, he has left us in a big mess, Not just him. There's other factors as well. But him and Gjorgjievski have left us in a big mess. And we're still seeing that now. And I said that the day he left was the best day that we've had in our club's recent history, or for a very long time in the history, because it ended that cycle of who could do better. Yeah, who could do better? Or like, yeah, but look at what he done 15 years ago. Blah blah blah. That's like me saying, yeah, like when I lost my virginity, she was the best, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, why don't I just go and try and find her on Facebook or something and try and get back with her? Because that was come on, man, seriously. Yeah, life moves on, things move on, and at the end of the day, he should just retire, man. Just go and enjoy your retirement, bro. He's in his 70s. Like, come on, seriously. Yeah, I get that he likes football. We all like football. I get it, right? But seriously, if this club is seriously thinking about bringing him back, for me, that'd do more damage than good. That's just my opinion on it. I think that I think it's a no from me. It's a no from me. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, thank you for your donation. Get him as a replacement manager when they announce Arteta as our summer midfield signing. Arteta would probably be our best midfielder if he started games now. But yeah, no, honestly, all jokes aside, I think that listen, obviously he'd done a lot of good stuff at this football club, but for all the good he'd done, he unravelled it very quickly. And he's obviously got a job at the minute. He works for the most corrupt organisation in world football. And he's obviously getting a massive paycheck from them. And I just think that there's a lot of issues at this football club that have still not been solved, that have still not been rectified and fixed because of him and Gjorgjievski. Yeah, the owner ain't exempt from that either. But as I've said on many streams, right, an owner that doesn't know nothing about football, that's only been the owner for 12 months, by the way, is obviously going to listen to a self-proclaimed professor of football for spending nearly all of his adult life in football. You know, why wouldn't he listen to that guy? I think it got to the point where fans voted with their feet, and that's what eventually got him out the club. They basically gave him an ultimatum and said, look, either leave or we're going to have to sack you. We don't want to sack you, but you're going to leave at the end of the season. And that's obviously what happened. I think that was what happened. You can see in his press conferences when the news was announced and the games leading up towards the end of that, he was still bitter, very bitter. And it looked like he didn't really want to leave. And I get it. It was a massive part of his life for 20 odd years. So I get why he didn't want to leave. Obviously the 11 million quid a year helps as well. But I just look at it and I think that, you know, there's a lot of issues at this football club that he has been involved in. And there's a lot of things that are still not going to be fixed for the next couple of years. I mean, we've got the 300 grand a week man, 350 grand a week man. That was down to him and Gazidis. The Mustafi, the Xhaka deals. I mean, them two deals alone are just ridiculous. You know, 35 million quid for Squadron Mustafi and 90 grand a week. Come on, seriously. Yeah, then Granit Xhaka, 35 million pounds when we could have got Kante for 32. But the whole overall package was cheaper for Xhaka than it was for Kante, if you factor in wages and agent fee. So, you know, they're things that he was involved in. You know, then you've got the whole, oh, there was no one available. There was nobody available apart from Petr Cech. So, yeah, like all these little things. That season, we should have won the league as well. The season Leicester won it. And if we'd gone out and done what was required that summer, we would have gone and won it. It's as simple as that. We didn't. Then the whole letting Alexis Sanchez run his contract down, letting Aaron Ramsey run his contract down. I know that Emery came in towards the back end of that. But by that stage, Emery wanted to keep Ramsey. The club had already made a decision that he ain't worth 250, 300 grand a week. And I don't blame him for that. He ain't worth that money. But at the end of the day, this should have been signed up and he should have either signed or been sold way before that. And whilst Wenger was still in charge, by the way. So I don't pin that on Emery at all. You know, Emery wanted to keep him. And that was down to mismanagement from the previous regime. And to even consider bringing this guy back, boy, Jesus Christ, it's not 98 or 96 or 2002 or like, do you know what I mean? 2004. It is now 2020. Can we just like get the scissors out, cut ties and say laters? Yeah, build the statue, do what you got to do, get him back for a day where he's unveiling his statue and happy days, and then we move on. I think Mikel Arteta, if he did come back, I think Mikel Arteta would basically turn into a Wenger. No one was available. Why do you look at me? It's like all that crap, you know. So I don't want it to happen. I don't think it will happen. I don't think the club are that stupid to bring him back. Listen, like I said, he's in his 70s now. Probably best for him to just go and retire and just go and live on an island somewhere and do what he's got to do. But no way do I want him back at this football club. So yeah, not for me. Anyway, listen, I'm going to wrap this up in about 10 minutes because I've got stuff to do. So I'm going to rifle through as many of your comments. What do you think? Would you have Wenger back at the club? Leave it in the comments section. Oh dear, some of these comments I can't even read them out. Ozil as captain, nah mate, nah, no. A lot of people are saying they don't want him back. Taib says no, never. Wenger, no thanks, says Capone. Bertrand Soup says Wenger in. Chasman Jeffers, no. What year did you think Wenger was finished? That's a good question, Moes. I thought he was finished after we got slapped 8-2 at Old Trafford. That was me done. I was like, nah, he has got to go. And how he hung on for so long. Teflon Wenger. Yeah, he stayed in that job so long. It was unbelievable. And yeah, we turned into the banter club, and we get bantered away even to this day away from home. We haven't really been a good team away from home for about 4 seasons now, which coincides with us not being a Champions League team anymore, because that was one thing that Isadoran fan base used to say, oh, but he qualified us for 20 years. Yeah, how many times do we win it? 0. So who cares? It's like when you're at school and you do it, and your kid is in the sports day, and everyone gets a prize. Yeah, it's like, oh, you get a prize for coming 215th. Well, no, you should get a prize for coming first. That's it. Yeah, and the way society is now, it rewards losers. Yeah, it should be about, you should aspire to be the best, not just make up the numbers. And yeah. That's how I feel about it. Wenger is the greatest manager ever. Jesus Christ, you've been smoking some high grade, boy. Evening to DVS Dallas VP. Hope you're good. Kerry, evening, darling, and Ali. Let's read some more of these comments. Wenger to win us the league in 2021. Bring back Santi Snogo and Lord Lord Bentner. I can't speak this evening. Wenger up front. It'd probably do better than lack of threat. Don't want the dinosaur back, says Rickon. Evening to you, Mark. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. I'm very good. Have you been to Portsmouth? Is it any good? I've never been to Portsmouth. I'm not sure what their stadium's like, but when I spoke to Claude the other day, he said it ain't the greatest, mate. So if you're going, good luck. So Alex Ferguson is the best of all time, but our fans hate to hear that, says Sergio. Exactly. That's very true, mate. Daniel says, look in the history, most cups. Is this the same FA Cup that our fans say is a shit trophy now? Is that the same cup, mate? I hope you get a statue one day. I don't need a statue, man. I don't need a statue. I'm good. But thank you, mate. I'm going to block the word Ozil from my future streams. I think I'm just going to mute that word. Or Lord Mesut. He deserves it to prove the Wenger outs. Wrong. Really? Mate, listen. Come on, man. Seriously. DJ Crane, evening, mate. Arsenal wanting a new decade with the same failure from the last. Justice, good question. Wenger or George Graham? Give me a George Graham all day, every day, and twice on a Sunday, baby. George Graham was the man. George Graham masterminded the greatest league win ever by beating Liverpool in '89 at Anfield, the greatest team in the world at the time, who didn't concede goals, and we had to go and score 2, and we did. And he fully believed we were going to do it, and we did it. He also, a lot of people don't know this, he also in 1991, George Graham only lost 1 league game, and I think 3 of the famous back 4 weren't playing that day. I think Tony Adams was actually in jail. So yeah, I think we had Michael Thomas at centre back that day, and we lost to Chelsea 2-1. So if our famous back 4 had played that day, it would have been George Graham invincible. But people forget that. People have got short memories, because apparently football only started when the Premier League began. So Alex Ferguson could win the league with our current team. We just have to find a proper manager. Well, yeah, the last year he won the league for Man United, Fergie, that team was dead. Unbelievably crap team. And how he won that, I do not know. I genuinely have no idea. Right, let me stick you on timeout, mate. You're just spamming my chat. Unlucky. You had your warning. Go and sit on the naughty step. Bring back Andre Santos. No. You can go and sit with him. Just remember the scenes when Wenger is fighting with his zip in the director's box. Why couldn't he ever do his zip up properly? Can someone answer that? Why was he always like, what was that all about? Why did he never do his zip up properly? I don't get it. Naughty step hoodies. Oh, you've just reminded me. Go check the link in the description, babies. The merch link is in there, along with a membership link. I'm also in talks with somebody who's going to design me some emojis. I kind of like the ones I've got, but I want them to look a bit more finished and polished. So yeah, I'm getting that ball rolling. Don't forget also, I got a new show that's out 7 o'clock every day, every morning. It's the Premier League show, basically, where I talk about stuff that's going on in Premier League. Tomorrow I'm going to speak about the transfer window. They've nudged it back a little bit, back to what it was before. Obviously, this window, it didn't quite work how they wanted it to. I'm going to speak about a couple of other things as well, but that's just not exclusive for Arsenal. That's like for everything. When there's other news about Norwich City or Aston Villa, I'll obviously go into detail about that as well. Sam, you're a good-looking lad, mate, but I'm not that way inclined. Can you make the emojis a bit bigger? Unfortunately, Jack, I can't. That's the size that you have to upload them at, mate. They won't let you do them any bigger, unfortunately. So I did try, but it said that I had to resize them. So sorry, I couldn't, mate. Anybody who's joining late, there's a story doing the rounds. Quite a few media outlets are going with this story. The Arsenal hierarchy have apparently open to have Arsene Wenger back to boost the fan morale and help Mikel Arteta out. I swear. Let the banter continue, people. Let it continue. Mesut Ozil will be captain by that point. We'll give him a 700 grand a week contract. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Seriously, mate. Apparently they're talking about getting a statue for him as well. Listen, if they want to give him a statue, give him a statue. Don't bring him back to the club. That ship sailed. It's done. It's done and dusted. Well, I'm going to do 2.5 more minutes and I'm gone. Do drive the likes up on this. If you are watching on Facebook, do share the video. That'd be great. Excuse me. And like I said, don't forget that show will be out at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you are a member, no matter whether it's level 1, 2 or 3, that will be out in the next hour and after 2 hours on the community post for members. If you want to sign up to the memberships, go check them out. Link in the description. And yeah, it's all good. And like I said, if you want to check the merch out, that's also in the description as well. If you are a level 3 member, you do get 20% off. And if you are anybody else, you get 10% off. Lee 10 at checkout. Let's read a couple more of these before I wrap this up. Reese Armson is asking me the most dumbest question I've seen in my chat for probably the whole time I've had this channel. Would you take Slobber Sly? Try saying that when you've had a few jars, mate. Jesus Christ, says Hazard. Yeah, I would. I actually think he's really good, mate. I genuinely think he's got a good future. So yeah, I would. Does a director of football direct the traffic? That's a classic Wenger line. Do you remember that one? Do you remember that one? But why'd you look at me? Why do you look? It's your press conference, Arsene. It is your press conference. Would you take Ousmane Dembele? I'll take him as far away from Arsenal as I could, mate. One of the most overhyped players on the planet. Lee should have a statue at Arsenal. Mate, that statue would be beheaded very quickly. Who would your signings be realistically? Realistically, Nathan Ake. I'll take him. Max Aarons, I'll take him. And I'd go for... I'd like Ndidi, but I don't think we're realistically in for that. I'd say maybe Decore, Thomas Partey maybe, and then I'd go and get Ryan Fraser on a cheap. And if we're going to get rid of Aubameyang, go and get Werner. I swear you have memory loss about what Wenger has done. Yeah, he set us a decade further back, mate. That's what he's done. What he done was 15 years ago, mate. So yeah, I don't live in the past. I live in the present and the future, my friend. So yeah, if you want to keep living on past achievements, mate, carry on. That's entirely up to you, my friend. But unfortunately, I've seen life before him. And life before him was pretty decent, mate. Won in Europe, something he never done. Beat Liverpool at Anfield in '89, the best team in the world at the time. Lost one game in '91, winning another league title again. Do you know what I'm saying? Cup double, first team ever in the country to win a cup double. I think a lot of people forget what George Graham done, my friend. Cup Winners' Cup. So yeah, it was all good. Alan Smith and all that against Parma. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we were decent, mate. We were very decent. I think a lot of people forget that. So if we're going down that route, I'd just sit and reel out all of George Graham's achievements, my friend. Made the best back five if you include David Seaman, best back five in living history, which, by the way, Arsene Wenger inherited, along with Dennis Bergkamp, along with Ian Wright, along with Ray Parlour. So there's 8 of the starting 11 that he inherited. And what did he leave us? He left us a team that were bang average, that are overpaid and overrated. And now we can't get rid of a lot of them. So, yeah, great 15 years ago. Nah, mate, not at all for me. Oh dear, oh dear. Here comes the... I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this because this is how dumb some people are, right? Did he go to Tottenham? No. Right, let me ask you a question, right? I want everybody in the chat to answer this, right? So because George Graham went to Tottenham, he's no longer a club legend. Is that how this works? Can somebody answer that? Because I'll tell you how good a manager George Graham was. Tottenham, when he went there, were absolutely fucking dog shit. And he even won them a trophy. That is how good a manager he was. So yeah, don't let the facts get in the way of a good story, my friend. Name me one Italian player you would have linked in the invincible team from the 90s. Boy, from the 90s. Don't know, man. There was a lot of good players, man. Does he have to be Italian or Italian league? If it's Italian, I'll have to go Baggio or Del Piero. If it's Italian league, Batistuta all day, baby. What a player he was. Sergio, I'm going to do that. Would you take Gabriel Jesus? I'd rather Sane, if I'm honest. Maldini, that's a shout. Yeah, that's a shout. Mancini, Maldini. Wenger did buy your guy Alexis. Yeah, he then gave him away for Mickey. What did you think of Eric Cantona? Absolute baller. Man United had a bargain with him as well. Would you take Isco? Yes, I would, Abdi. What a player. Is it possible to get Haaland in the summer? No chance. No way in a million years, mate. No chance. Cannavaro was decent. How he won Player of the Year, like Ballon d'Or? I have no idea. I have no idea. Luca Toni was good. Yeah, Luca Toni was decent. Who do you think we need to sign next? I'd say a midfielder. I'd say Ndidi. That's my number one choice for midfield. Leroy Sané, Grealish, and Decore, says Joel. Cantona retired at 29. Yeah, man, too early, man. Way too early. Remember you said you wouldn't take Sterling for Sanchez. Now look who we got. Bruv, do you know what, right? If Alexis Sanchez hadn't have been swapped for Mkhitaryan and we'd actually got rid of the one we should have got rid of, instead of throwing 350 grand a week at him, we wouldn't be as crap as we are. But Sterling's decent, man. I can't even lie. I did actually say, and this is genuine, when Pep took over at Man City, I said he'd make Sterling world class. I know that Arsenal fans love to think that it's Mikel Arteta that's made him world class, but Mikel Arteta could literally go and jump on top of their misses and they'd cup his balls and then tuck him in with a cup of cocoa and say, love you, Mikel, because that's where it's at right now. Sergio, thanks for your donation, buddy. Why would we be patient with Laka when players like Ronaldo pick themselves up and when they have a bad patch? Laka needs to fix up or sod off. Wise words, my friend. Wise words. Exactly. Also, while you're on stream, mate, The Portsmouth game has been scheduled for the 2nd of March. It's a Monday night. So as it stands, the West Ham game is still the 7th. I think if we beat Olympiacos, that might move. When it moves to, I don't know, but I'll keep you posted as soon as I know, mate, yeah? Because I know you're coming over for that game. Why don't we sign Adama Traore? Not for me, mate. Pace, and that's about it. Pace and muscle. He's like an Olympic sprinter, isn't he? Do you like Aaron Moy? He's all right. I wouldn't have him at Arsenal if that's what you mean. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. So thank you very much for everybody who has watched live. Do stick a like on the video. That would be great. Do subscribe if you're new. And don't forget, I will be back at 7 o'clock in the morning with the new Premier League show that I'm doing. Everyone who's a member with your little green names now, you'll be getting that by the next hour and a half from now, I'd imagine. Maybe 2 hours from now latest. That'll be on the community posts. It's a long-winded ball ache to try and get that video out, scheduled to members and then scheduled to public. And I swear it took me 4 hours last night to get it done. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't do that tonight. 3 more comments and then I'm gone. 3 more and we're going. But yeah, that will be out to members in the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're watching this on Facebook, do share the video as well. That would be fantastic. Would you take Raul Jimenez to replace Aubameyang? Yeah, I probably would. Ashra, I probably would, mate. Because I do think he's going to leave. So yeah, I probably would take him. I think he's a good player, man. Would you take Coutinho swap for Laka? Nope, another overhyped player. I don't rate Coutinho, to be fair. 4 hours, much appreciated. Do you know what it is? Thank you, DJ Crania. Do you know what it is, yeah? It's all well and good YouTube saying, oh, you can do these membership schemes and you can give the content early to the members. There is no physical way to schedule it for members and then schedule it for another time for public. So then you have to upload the same video twice. But then you can't do that because then the YouTube computer system goes, you've duplicated it. You can't do that. The fucking ball ache, man. Seriously. Yeah, and because my internet's dead, it takes me 45 minutes to upload a 10-minute video. Fucking long. So yeah, it took me to upload that, then upload it again, then it declined, then upload it again with an intro in the beginning for public, and eventually it then done it. It was just long in my life out, mate. I was getting right wound up with it. I was tired as well. And it ended up being about 3 in the morning my time that actually was done and dusted and I could go to bed. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, I am gonna... Are you on dial-up? I might as well be. I might as well be, mate, because it is not the one. I need to get a Spanish bank account sorted out. That's what I need to do. And then I can go and get fibre because it is some proper dead Wi-Fi, man. But listen, I'm going to get myself out of it. Thank you very much to everyone who's watched. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share the content around. All the links for Facebook. Big up Facebook as well. Very close to 5,000 as well. That's gone up 400 today as well, which is mental. So if you want to check out my Facebook, link in the description, along with Insta, the website, and the membership scheme. So until tomorrow morning or later tonight for members, I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.